Okay, hello. Welcome to this session for Celeste. Can you please tell us your name?
Anais.
And Celeste is a brand about it's a swimwear and lingerie brand. And as a social cause, it sort of tackles in collaboration with weak EMF protection and just generally as a social cause to help out women who have experienced sexual abuse or domestic abuse. So the first question being, what what do you think? How can we help out women who have experienced something like this in their life, in terms of sexual abuse?
Hmm. I think having, obviously, I think having an awareness and compassion towards the fact that a lot more women than might talk about it have experienced some form of sexual assault in day-to-day approach, because those experiences can really affect the way that women can feel safe in any situation, whether it's a job, whether it's your education, whether it's your personal life, whatever it is. We might sometimes be on guard. We might respond in less free ways than usual. And I think having the compassion and awareness that most women have gone through that experience and, just hold space for anyone and how they might be and feel.
And what can we do to help individual who experience something like this heal from that trauma?
Hmm. I think embedding a sense of trust between, I mean, hmm, it's a big question. And from my personal perspective, I think what has made me struggle the most is losing a sense of trust with a specific gender, which I don't think is the right way to go. I don't think it's about division ever, but reinforcing a sense of trust and compassion with the awareness that there has been a history of abuse towards women, or there has been a history of women being discriminated in ways that men just have not. And through that, allowing compassion and generational healing to come, you know. And I'm also a very strong believer that when you're born, you might even have emotions within you that have been passed through your mother or your grandmother or without awareness, and just holding space for our generation and the next generation to pour out and heal all the things that might have been under the surface.
What can we do to protect women from experiencing something like that?
Um, hmm. It's a big thing. It would be like changing the entire society, changing our education systems, changing work institutions, changing social media, changing, I think giving women more spaces to speak and more spaces to lead, and giving women more positions to just be respected for so much more than our beauty and so much more than, like, there's so much that is a blessing when being a woman, whether it's our intuition or our wisdom or our leadership skills. And just as equally, men have so many innate ways of leading and growing this world. And I think women just need to have some love poured over and be allowed to flourish in ways that step outside of the box of beauty.
And how do you think a woman should be treated?
A woman should be treated like your sister, your wife, your mother, any person that you love or respect. Yeah, it's no different from how you would treat your brother, your father, your companion. It comes from a place of love, comes from a place of compassion, respect, and empathy, understanding.
And what are 5 tips you would give men on how to treat women?
I mean, be yourself, um, be compassionate, uh, respect emotions, and practice boundaries with emotion and authenticity with emotion. And feel free to express your perspectives. Don't walk on eggshells, and just treat us like any other human. Again, like your brother, your sister, your mother, your father. All the same. You just experience things differently.
And do you think the current police system or emergency services are fast enough to prevent something like this at the moment?
And I think it's very complicated. I'm not too well versed on how it reacts and how quickly they react, but I think in general, there's also such a inhumane way to go about these situations because like a big topic me and my female friends talk about is when we have experienced things that we don't know if we should report or not.
Mhm.
And a lot of the times we think, okay, maybe this person will lose their whole career if we report this, and then reporting it might lead you to a court case to have to back yourself up, and you never know if things can be in your favor as well. And you also are going through your own healing journey, and let alone have to do something where you have to prove and remember a traumatic experience is not very welcoming. It's not very comforting. And yeah, I think I keep reverberating compassion because I think we should design these systems or communities or whatever it is from a place that can hold space for the human emotional reaction to these situations and find a way to trust what has happened in a way that doesn't pressure the person too much.
And do you think, well, the brand Les Celeste, it's a French name for celestial. So we're sort of trying to say that every woman is just celestial in that way. So what do you think about the brand social cause, and how can this brand sort of reach out to people who are in need?
Hmm. So I personally really like celestial because I think women are celestial. Every woman I know, mother I know, especially mothers, because mothers I feel like are very integrated women with their intuition. They just embody and know so many things that you never understand how they know so many things. And a way that this brand could connect more with women is having women reach out to women and explain what the ethos is, have women help with the designs, have women create talking spaces for one another, and documenting that however it is for different healing forms, or it could even be, you know, having events and sessions where there's yoga practices or there's dance movement practices, or there's so many different ways to create a community for all types of women. And with that, wear clothing that captures your celestial being.
And how do you think we can educate people in preventing such an issue? Is it through articles, videos, any other?
Hmm. So it's kind of tricky to answer because preventing from the abuser's perspective and then preventing from the victim's perspective, I feel like it's very, very hard to communicate. And because as a woman, it is kind of a danger zone stepping out into the world. And you can't really protect yourself all the time. You can't always be on guard, especially as women. Such a beautiful innate thing about us is to be able to flow and to be able to rest. And then when you're consistently protecting yourself, it's like you are maybe like not honoring the actual celestial things within you. And then from the abuser's perspective, I don't even know what I could advise, because I don't know what makes a person do those things. And I think it would take a lot of research and a lot of psychologists and, more professional perspectives to understand what could prevent an abuser to abuse.
Is there any specific style do you think the brand should incorporate to appeal more to women?
Um, hmm, hmm, hmm. I think a comfort. I think a lot of fashion has been really, really beautiful and chic and stylish and everything, but it's famously been uncomfortable. Like heels, I love heels, they're beautiful and they make me feel so good, but they're so painful. And I feel like a lot of fashion has been very painful, or like, beauty is pain. So making beauty comfortable so that you can be yourself and express yourself, that's definitely up there, I think.
And what about this cause of, well, EMF protection? Since water is a natural, well, if you go take a dip in the sea, you're naturally protected from EMF because the waves can't travel, EMF waves can't travel within water. So do you think that's a way for a person to take a break from EMFs?
Yes, and the ocean knows it's been my therapist for many things. I've literally cried into the ocean sometimes. It's my safe space to really be free. I feel so at home anytime I'm by the ocean.
What do you think of all of these, let's say, large telecom companies that have sort of installed all of these towers here and there? But was it really our choice that we want to be irradiated by all of this?
No, of course not. But many things that have been built in our society have not been inherently our choice.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also been choices and decisions of generations that are not here anymore, you know? So, yeah.
Is there anything specific you'd like to tell the world about the social cause of the Celeste?
Uh, I think if you are a woman that's experienced some form of assault, it's difficult and it's so layered in processing the information and validating your own experiences. And there's no excuse for it, but I know that as women we are some of the strongest things on this earth to be able to still be mothers and good mothers and still be businesswomen and still be so many anything that we want to be while still healing from these experiences.
All right. Thank you very much, Anais.
Thank you.